Happy Sunday, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's Billy the Crafty Floridian from hot, muggy, humid, unbearable Florida. So, I've been busy this week. I mean, really busy. More than one in more than one way. But I'm enjoying this. I love planning things, and I do work better when I'm on a crunch than, when I've got all the time in the world, because now is the time to really get into it. So today, I just wanted to, or in this video, I wanted to go over um, some um, some things I've learned. I've talked to Naomi since last Sunday, and also I have been watching YouTube videos on the Carnival line celebration. I recommend, if you would like to know the ship better before you get there and all the little do's and don'ts, watch those videos. I think there's three or four that I've been watching all their do's and don'ts and what to expect and the tour of the ship that we're going to be on. And the other thing I wanted to let you know, I goofed. I'm in air again. Last week we were talking about, I don't even know. Oh, here's my notes. That we were going to be on the eighth floor, and I couldn't figure out why did I think we were going to be on the eighth floor. Well, it's the 11th. Deck. We're on the 11th deck. And then I looked back at my emails from Naomi, and she had written me that she was holding 8B, 8C, and 8D balconies on deck 8. And I couldn't figure out why I thought we were on the 8th floor, deck of the ship. But we're not. We're on the 11th floor. So forget everything I told you. There is, to get to the Havana pool and thing like that, you have to have a special wristband, and you pay extra for all that. But they do have the Havana bar, which is open to everybody. And from what I've gathered from the videos, that seems to be a real good hangout. A little Spanish music, a little dancing, a little drinking, a little partying, having a good time. You do not have to drink to have a good time, because I've had a lot of good times without drinking. Drinking just helps with the pain the next day. Okay, here we go. First thing of order, I want you to know I placed an order for 20. Let me see how many they were. For 21 shirts. I already placed the order, and I got a response that they were working on them. So keep your fingers crossed that I did the screw. You don't know how many times I went over this. And I looked at this wait a minute, 3 each. No, I did it right. Oh, I thought I screwed up, but I didn't. Well, here I did. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. 2 each. Yeah, I did. 3x, 2 each would be 23, and 23 is 46, and I put 60. So you see, I screwed up, and I even found my own mistake. Anyway, we'll be getting, they are working on these, so that is great. So I'll have them in plenty of time to get them all organized and stuff. And I will be carrying them on the your little grab bag things. These will be in your little grab bags. Okay? The other thing is that I've got, you sit there and you watch TV, right? And I take the envelopes out of the trash next to my chair, and I start writing. I can't read half of my writing, but anyway, I will have, after reviewing everything, I am, um, I believe it was Jane Wynn that suggested the Serenity um, deck, the Serenity on deck number, I think it's 18, and they have whirlpool, a pool, sitting, day beds. They have a little salad bar, um, and all that kind of stuff. And I think we should make that our meeting place. And they said there is around the pool, around the Lido deck, where main everything going on. It's going to be too crowded for us. Well, too crowded for me. And I think the Serenity would be the great place, which is on the 18th deck. I believe it's 18, but you double check me, okay? I just wrote here 1918 and 1718. There's the beach pool is on 17. They have beach pool parties. The Lido zone, which is where the Lido bar, the Lido pool, and all that, the big, huge meetup place, that's on 16 and 17. It takes care of two decks. So I think Serenity would be great. We're adults. They're quiet. I mean, it's for adults only, and they actually have a little sinking area that you go down where they have day beds all around. It would be great for us crocheters that don't want to sit in a chair all day. Um, so we can sit down there and do our thing, or meet up and talk and stuff like that. So officially, as the cruise director of Hookers on the High Seas, I am going to go with the Serenity um, area for adults for our meetup place, and that's where we'll meet up on the first night, and exchange names and pick up our little goodies and stuff like that. Is everybody happy with that? Yes, they are. Yay! That's my screaming goat. Isn't she cute? Okay, so we took care of that. Now, they have like zip lining. They have this thing that goes, well, if you're into rides and stuff, they've got a couple that you really should partake in. I was mostly interested in the food. They have, now, there were a couple of podcasters that did not and didn't like the buffet. Where was the buffet? The buffet was where was the buffet? Oh, buffet marketplace. There were quite a few people that didn't like that, but I have set my stomach, my heart, my eyes, and my taste buds on the Guy's Burger. They say they are fantastic. So, and the Guy's Burger is not any extra cost. It's part of the package deal. So you don't have to pay extra for that. There are some restaurant things there that you pay extra for. And I think that Nancy and I have to check it out. And there's the Blue Iguana, which have all the little fancy drinks. They have Mexican food and all that good stuff. They even have a seafood shack, and they have lobster rolls. Did you hear that, Nancy? Lobster rolls. I love lobster rolls. So we have to. That's the other place I'm going to, and there is a charge for that at that restaurant called the Seafood Shack. So might have to try that too. Okay, now, and this is all on 17. The Blue Iguana the Seafood Shack is on deck 17. There's the Mad Sizzler, the Red Frog Bar, which covers 2 floors, and I think that's like 16 and 17 or 17 and 18, something like that. No, it has to be 16, 17. There's the Tides Bar. They said that is a nice place. Some of these have entertainment, which is fun. Let's see. Swirls frozen yogurt all over the ship. I cannot wait. I will probably have dessert before I go on my meal, but it will be refreshing. So there's frozen yogurt all over the place to help yourself to that. Um, they did say that there were ironing rooms on the deck, on your deck. So you might want to look on 11 and see. I did not look on that particular one. I just um, they just said that, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, washing and drying is a la carte. In other words, pay for it. Okay. Oh, there's a Chinese restaurant which is no charge. Some people like it, some of them didn't. There's the bonsai. You need reservations, and it runs $35 and up. For dinner. And everybody said that was a good one. There's the pink. There was pink flamingos sitting out around the deck, so that's. I'm happy. I'm happy. Let's see. Oh, pizza. Pizza looks marvelous. We have to try the pizza for lunch or something. And there's a deli in. I can't read my writing on that. It's Sea Rudy's Sea Galley, something like that. And that was for dinner was like $48. Let's see. There is a casino there, and it is closed when we are in port. Is closed. There's a pig. There's some barbecue places. A couple people didn't like it. Others did. Um, there's the watering hole, and this one lady said they have a great drink called the watermelon drink. I love different kinds of drinks. They have a theater, which is on deck 6 and 7. Um, they have productions 3 nights out of the nights that we're there. Big productions. Um, this one lady said, try to get on the first deck on the bottom. They have, where they go up on the next deck so you can look down. But the problem was people walking in front of you, the poles that you miss. You can't see half of the stage, in certain areas. So she said that next time she would be sure to get there early enough to get a seat on the bottom floor, the first floor, you know, adjacent to the stage. And then they have in the theater, they have things like bingo. They have that Family Feud, some honeymoon or love and marriage or something like these games. Bingo, I'm interested in. Of course, I never win anything, but it'd be fun to play it. Let's see. Did I make any notes inside here? That's it. Let's see. Guy's Burger. Yes, some of these restaurants, some of them, they said to keep an eye that some of these have specials. So to keep an eye for that, and which would be in our. And they sound like to me that they have a paper itinerary and not just that application, because a lot of people can't don't maybe don't want to have the phone and have the application. So they do have something that you can, you know. And the other recommendation that just FYI, and you probably have seen this if you've watched these, is to get these sturdy magnetic hooks. They say most of the walls in the ship will be metal, so that you could press and you could hang things on things like your bathing suit or um, your purse or bag or coat or something like that. to, so that you have it ready enough. So I'm going to get some of those just in case. You cannot bring an iron. You cannot. What was the other thing? And not to bring an iron. Um, power strips. You cannot bring power strips, but you can bring those little um, things that you stick in the plug that maybe have 3 extra plugs or 2 extra plugs for it. Like I have. If you have a CPAC, if you use a CPAC and you use water, make sure you let them know before you let them know now that you have that, so that they can put distilled water in your cabin. So I use a CPAC, but I don't use the water container. I just have a CPAC. But if you do have one that contains water, they will supply you with the distilled water for it. So that was another hint. Um, your medications, be sure you carry those on with you. Um, you can carry 1 bottle of wine. Um, so I'm going to let Nancy carry one for me, and I'll carry one for me. That makes 2. Okay. So, and then, if you like some people like a little cocktail before they go to dinner. And maybe you don't. That's up to you. But if you do a little cocktail, I saw a video on how to bring in liquor into the ship, and you can buy these kits. This one kit has a bottle that you put shampoo in, and the other one's conditioner. Has a special enclosure that you put on top of it, but you put your liquor in there, and then you put it in a bag. But you got to make sure you got those special, um, special enclosures and stuff, and put that in your bag. And then you can sneak your liquor in. But you put it not in your carry-on. You put it in your regular bag that you. If they catch it, they catch it. But most often they don't. She said. Then they had. There's like 3 or 4 different things that you can get to help. Now the one thing you can't bring in, I think, is um, some kind of container. I don't know if it's no glass containers or anything like that. You got to get mostly everything. No water, nothing like that. I mean, if you have water that like if I have a bottle of water that I have, I could bring in. But so what Nancy and I are going to do is I'm going to get the package for the water. You get 4. You get 8. You get 8 for $20. I think that's. Oh, Billy, you have the memory of a slug. Let's see. Where did I write that down? I think it's. Wait a minute. So 2 times 16, 17, 18, 20. If I got three containers of water would be 24. So there's 8. There's 8 for $20. So I'm going to get 2. That would be 16. So I'm going to get 2 or 3. Both of us drink a lot of water. I get dehydrated very easily, and especially now that I've got this. We think that I got a bad kidney infection. That is why my back has been hurting. I just noticed today that the pain has eased off, and the doctor put me on some antibiotics. The only trouble is it makes me very drowsy. And like right now, I'm looking at myself and I'm blurred. I just woke up from a nap and I can't get my eyes to focus right. Also, the gratuities, it's better to go ahead and pay those up front, and that's for your steward and your whoever works with you in the cabin. You could also, I think you could pay the servers up front. Yeah, I think you can pay the servers up front too. Wi-Fi, Oh, here's the story on Wi-Fi, and I believe that. Oh, number two. Wait a minute. Let's go back to the beverage. If you have two people in a cabin, and this is where I got screwed up. If one person wants the beverage package, the other person has to take it too. So the two people. Now, you can explain to them that the other person might not be, um, doesn't drink alcohol at all, so on and so forth. And the more I think about it, it might be the way to go, because that way you have all your drinks, all the drinking drinks that you can think of. You won't have to. I mean, you'd be if you wanted water um, that's that you don't have on your in your cabin. Like if you want water, like this kind of water to take on a excursion that you're going on, now you're going to have to pay for it unless you take a bottle that you've already got, that you've already purchased. So anyway, now where was I? Now that's the way it was explained on the thingamajigger. But we could double check all that and make sure um, that that's true, because I hear this and I hear that, so I don't know. You have to. They changed the gratuities. I found a letter that I received in January about the gratuities, and they're like $17, I believe. Not 18 because we're not in one of those fancy suites. So I think it's like 16 or 17 a day for the, but it is not included in the amount that you part of the cruise amount that we already paid. Gratuities are plus. Okay, so you do have to, and they will, if you don't prepay them now, they will take that amount out, um, post it to your ship and shore card. So you might want to double check all that, get that out of the way before you go on the ship. And I noticed that we can't register. Now you can go on and check and get your um, little tags for your bags. You could print those out, but every ship, from what one person said, have a certain tag, and you'll have to read what that's all about. Now I'm going to have Naomi's going to come on, not this week, but maybe next week, and she'll go over all the boarding stuff that we need to do. And I'll just ask you to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and but she will come on live with me, and we'll go over all that. Is that a good thing? That's a good thing, right? Okay, we'll do that. Oh, let's go back to Wi-Fi. Now, what she told me is if we wanted to buy a Wi-Fi package, that as long as it's only one person on that using that code or what, you get a code of some kind, like a PIN, you'll get a PIN number or whatever. Well, suppose that Nancy and I are together. Nancy wants to go somewhere and she wants to film. Then I give the code to her. Then if I want to film, then I take the code and I film. But you can't do it at the same time. You have to do it, only one person could be on that code at one time. So that's what I understand from that came from Naomi. So if you think it, and I think the I think the one that they recommend is like $17 a day. So you and your cabin mate could split it up, and it would be like 39.50. No, 8.50 each. Yeah, 8.50 each. 16, 17. So it would be 59.50 each. So the package is more than that. How did I do that? 17 times 7 days is 114. So it's 59. $50 a day. So if you want the Wi-Fi, and this is like the best one, that the middle one. There's like three, and I took the middle one. That way we can video and maybe get. I mean, it's going to be iffy. It's going to be iffy if the weather's bad. You might not get anything. If the weather's great, you might everything be great. Um, but I noticed that some of the people, now they were in port, so some of the people that came on the first day before they pulled out, they were doing live. So we might have to think about that maybe in the Serenity while we all meet. We can do a live then, and everybody can wish us bon voyage, whatever. Mm. And then what I understand, I don't know for sure, but I guess everyone is going to be assigned a boarding time. So I have to. There is a. I'm picking up a scooter, and I think one other person is. And so there's before we go on the ship and everything, there's a place there that we will be getting our ship, which is where everybody waits and boards and shows all their ID and stuff. So that I have to pick that up by 2 o'clock. So Nancy and I are driving over that morning, so we'll have to get an early start. It's only about 3 hour drive. Might be less than that now that 75 is a straight shot across. Used to go Allegheny Alley. Now you know how long it's been. But 75 wasn't completed last time I was over there. So we'll be doing that. All right. So we've got the meetup place settled. We're going to have another live with Naomi in a couple of weeks. So if you have any questions, be sure that you start writing them down, or go on and look at all those 18 million videos. Just put in how did I do? Carnival celebrity cruise, and millions of them will pop up. So just check that out before all that. Let's see, what else did I talk to Naomi about? I know I wrote it down somewhere, but we're going to get Naomi a T-shirt as a thank you gift, and I ordered that when I ordered the other 21. Oh, this must have been, yeah. This is what. Okay, and this is for as far as the T-shirts. If anybody wants a T-shirt, anybody wants a T-shirt, you need to email me, and my email address is always in the description, and just let me know what size you want, and if you want a ladies tee or a regular tee. Ladies tee is more fitted. They run kind of small, so you want to go up a size, and then the regular tees. And we're doing it in two colors, which is the blue and the gray. Now the blue is really called heather turquoise, so it's either the blue, we call it blue or gray, and then the size that you want. And if you are not going on the cruise, I will have to mail it to you, and that's an extra $5. So add that to it, and I will invoice you, and I will not order it until you pay for it. Okay, let's see. You can bring 1 bottle of wine each. No other beverage, no soda or water can be brought onto the ship. That's how they make their money, right? And that's why we're going to get the bottle. Go ahead and have the bottle of water delivered to our room. And I think you have a little refrigerator there, or a little cooler or whatever that you can stick all this in. We're in a stateroom, deck 11. My cabin number is 11406. Now, I had her put me sort of in the middle. The middle of the ship is the best, but I am near an elevator because I wanted to make it easy transportation to. Because with the scooter, I'm gonna have to use the elevator to go to different decks. So we are in that location. The Wi-Fi I explained to you, the meetup place. I think we got that straight, right? We're going to do the Serenity. I think that's an excellent. A lot of people don't. It's not very crowded, they say. So I think that's a good deal. Um, I guess that's it that I can think of right now. But I did talk to Naomi, and uh, she said it was nice working with us and everything. So yeah, and so I've been busy this week, and I meant to show you all something I've been working on, and it was hard. But let me pause this, and I hope I don't screw up. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to go get it, and then I'll show it to you. Okay, I'm back. I think it was, I don't know, it was last month, so it could have been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, sent me a picture, and I have seen this, and I have done this once before, but that was a long time ago, where you take let me find one, I'll show you. I know. I got I straighten up, and then everything looks as bad as it did before. Where you take a zipper, and you crochet around the zipper and make yourself a bag. So here's the zipper. Show it up close. And you see I put what I had to do was I have this little punchy thing, and I went around it and punched a hole. Well, by the time I get to them to start crocheting through the hole, it closed up, and I had it. So then I did it as I went. So I used this cording that Mary sent me, and then it's real easy to do. You have to start with a really tiny crochet hook, and then I gradually went up to an eye, the green, right? The green, yeah, an eye hook. So, and this is what I did. So, and I put a little thingy on it, and let me tell you, it took me about 4 times to figure out how to put this in there. It needed stabilization because this is very flimsy. So it needed to be more stable. So I put this lining in it, which is quite thick. Then I had to figure out, I took thread and I sewed the top end. Well, then I couldn't close it because it was all wibbly wobbly because thread doesn't give. I was too tight. So I took that out the first time. Then I tried it a second time, took that out. Then the third time was a charm. I cut some of this off from the top because I had it way up here. Then I used this cord to sew in this because it gives. So I had to stick with the same thing I was working with. So it worked. Then I put a little dingy. It has a very, very tiny hole there. Some of them are bigger. Yeah, this one's bigger than that one. So anyway, you have to hang something off. And I do have other things. Now I'm trying to decide whether to leave it like this, so if you wanted to carry it, no. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a wide strap that I'm going to put on it so that you can wear it across, and then this will form around your side. So you could put maybe I don't know, an iPad in there. I don't know what you could put in there, but it'll. So I'm going to try to have this ready for the for the bag auction, which we will move right into. I have been making bags all week. Excuse me, I'm dehydrated. I don't know that. Antibiotic makes me. So anyway, so I made that, and you want a little preview? Do you? The goat does. Mimi the chicken is over there. I got so many of these little things now that let me give you a little preview. Now, I'll show you. I'm going to measure them all. I'm going to put notes in each one so you'll know how big they are. So, no, but like, I'm going to have 4 of these. 4 of these totes. So I will have 4 of these, and that's the inside. This is one, and I also have city lights. I haven't finished. That's over to be made. That's in this pile. And then I have like this. These are the larger bags. This one. I tried to find the material that is springy. So I have this one. They're all bottoms. Isn't that pretty? Just giving you a little preview. And this has the gingham in it and a pocket. I don't want to mess it up. I've already got it so organized. I think this is the only large one in this that I have. Then I have this one. See, this very summery, flowery. This is very beachy. It's got shells, and that's the inside. There's a complimentary stitch marker on each one of my bags. I think I was the first one that started that a long time ago. And I got sunflowers. See the size of that. Then I think I have 2 of these. Yeah. And they are the same size. 2 of those, the pretty flower ones. And then this is more of a fall bag. Isn't that pretty? Got the orange and the yellow. Now these are the larger bags. I don't know if there's more that I'm doing. So these are basically the larger bags. Then I've got one big blanket bag that I have over here. I'm just giving you a little preview so that you can see what's going to be coming. And then I had these cut some time ago. Let's see, I have 2 of these. These are to-go bags. So I have 2 of these. You can see those. Oops. What is this? I don't want to knock anything over. I have a beachy to-go bag. I have 2 of the skeletons. One is pink inside, one is blue. And I had there were earrings. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And so I changed and put a stitch marker on these to go with the skulls. I thought that was so clever. So I did that last night. I did those yesterday. And then here's a small one of the pretty flowers. And here's medium size. These are all kitty cats. Look at the kitty cats. You see their faces. And I have another small one in this flowered. And I have twiddles. I have bees. Then I have a small one of the yellow and gray one. I have a little pink flamingo. And then I have little paw print, little baby ones. Then I have these wine snob, like it's a bad thing. It has little dogs on each one. Hey dog, hey, let's play. And then it has this one. This I just made into like a little bag. This says wine is awesome. Where there's wine, there's a way. And it's like that. I didn't want to mess up too much of that. Oh, and then people like the little bags. Then my friend Laura bought this material for me. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. And there were blocks of beautiful flowers. Look at that. So I decided just to make just quick little bags out of them. Is that right? Yeah. No, it goes this way. Okay, so I got that one. And then the little bluebells. Pretty. And then the same on both sides. And these little orange flowers. And these. And those. Those. So these are the medium to small ones. And then I have, I don't know if I want to show you these or not, but I'll show them anyway. Ooh, okay. I'll just quickly go through these real quick so that you can get some idea of what's going to be in the auction. We got this bag, and we have this bag, and this has leather straps. Put that little hat. Isn't it cute? It goes perfect on this. And then I have this little bag. These have nice straps. Butterfly. Another bag. And I like this pin. It's one that we got from Goodwill stash. And then this bag, scraps, and a belt. Look, it stretches. Isn't that cool? Oh, you saw that, right? Yeah. Okay. And then this bag. And I even put probably got it going the wrong way. Something that was given to me, and then have that open. And then I have, let's see. This bag I put an alligator on. Isn't that cute? So made that from watching a video. And then this is the larger one made out of the t-shirt. This is a biggie. Did I put something on it? Yeah, I put this. I put this on here. It's got the gray in it. Yeah, that's kind of heavy, but it's sure it'll carry a lot too. So those are all going to be up for auction. And then if I get that other one finished, then that will be up for auction also. Oh boy. And then these, that's what I'm going to be working on now. I got these are bags. My beer. And this is going to be a bag. And the little rooster. Isn't that pretty? Rooster bag. I'm just going to show you these real quick. I haven't finished these yet, as you can see. Pansies. This is flamingos. Pussycats on the beach. I love that one. This is that big, large beehive blanket one. Here's, let's see, that's good there. I got this, that pretty bag, and this bag. Then I have one, I'm gonna put that up there. Well, maybe it's two more of those.